Somehow it is the middle of January 2025, and it's that time of year when so many of us are thinking about goals, we're thinking about aspirations. But let me ask you this. When was the last time you set a goal and then 2 or 3 weeks later, nothing? No progress, no motivation, and you're kind of left wondering, what happened to my motivation? Here's the thing. Motivation is not about willpower. And in this video, I am going to show you the tools you can use, and I'm going to explain how I am finally achieving my goal of running 8K without using willpower. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Angela, and I am on a mission to demystify the woo-woo, make personal development accessible, and in general, just make the world a happier and healthier place. And that starts with you. So today we are talking about a really big topic. We're going to be talking about goal setting. We're going to be talking about motivation. And most importantly, we are going to be breaking the myths about willpower. You've probably been told that if you just push harder, if you just have more willpower, if you just keep pushing through, you're going to reach your goals. But let me ask you this. How is that working out for you? Chances are not great. And it's not just you, because it's not just about willpower. Willpower is not an infinite resource. We only have so much, and just like a battery, it drains over time. So what we have to do is connect our goals to something meaningful to us. Our brains are quite literally wired for us to desire to do things that are pleasurable. Our brains are designed to push us in the direction of things that are comfortable and enjoyable, and pull us away from things that are less enjoyable. Now, let me tell you a little bit about my running goal that I made this year. So I have wanted to run an 8K for a very long time. And I have told myself over and over that I'm gonna run more. And that was kind of what I said, is I'm going to run more. But that was really not specific. And the thing is when I would go out for a run as someone who does not run regularly, it's hard. It is not fun. It is very difficult to get into if you are not accustomed to doing a lot of cardio. Your legs hurt and your feet hurt and your lungs hurt. And I don't naturally have a lot of stamina. So I would go out for runs, and then it would be really hard, and slowly over time I would lose my motivation. And what I realized was I was relying solely on my willpower alone to get me out of bed and get me on those runs. And that was not working. Now, a lot of the time at this stage, when we start to fail at something, it's really easy for us to compare ourselves to other people, especially with the age of social media, when there's other people's lives are completely accessible to us at all times. And also, most of the time, people are just posting their successes. They're not posting necessarily their failures or their sadnesses or the parts of their life that are not as palatable. So when we are looking at other people and seeing them succeeding in the things that we want to succeed in, that can make us feel pretty bad about ourselves. And that can also make us feel like our willpower is not the same as theirs. But the chances are those people are not relying on willpower alone either. So what is it that we need to do? Our brains are wired for us to go towards things that are actually pleasurable. And something that is really important is when you make a goal, you want to understand why that goal is important to you. It is so much easier for us to achieve goals if they are actually aligned with our own personal values and our core beliefs. So when I realized that willpower alone was not going to get me to achieve my goals, I had to think about, what is my why? What really drives me? What is my deeper reason for wanting to do this? So when I finally decided that this year is going to be the year that I run an 8K, I looked deeper inside of myself and I set clear goals based on my core beliefs and my values. Also, I'm in my 30s now, and I have dedicated time and energy to taking care of myself now to make life a little bit easier for myself when I'm older. Now, whenever I go for a run, it is so much easier for me to push through all of the uncomfortableness. It's so much easier for me to get out the door because I'm not just relying on the willpower of forcing myself to go for this run. I understand my reasons behind it. I know that when I achieve that goal, it is going to feel so good. And actually, I really surprised myself because yesterday, I actually ended up running 5 kilometers in about 30 minutes, which I don't know if that's really impressive, but for me, I had never done that before. Like, I ran straight and I didn't stop, and I really surprised myself. So as I was doing that run, obviously towards the end, it started to get really hard. But instead of just relying on the willpower alone to push through, I kept thinking to myself, I want to achieve this. I know how good it's going to feel once I get to the end. And once I ran that 5K without stopping for the first time, I felt amazing. And that was way more of a motivation than just willpower alone ever will be. So when you are thinking about your goals, I don't want you to just be relying on your own willpower. And I don't want you to feel bad when your willpower fails you. Set clear goals. Have a clear understanding of why you want to do this thing. Have a clear understanding of how achieving this goal is going to add value to your life. You have to have a clear understanding of how good you are going to feel when you achieve that goal, because that is going to motivate you so much more than anything else. Our brains are wired for us to go towards doing things that are pleasurable. So if you think about how amazing you're going to feel when you achieve this goal, that is really going to help you to get through all of the uncomfortableness that comes along with when we try to achieve something that is out of our comfort zone. So forget about willpower. It is time to dig deeper. It is time to find our real motivation and make those goals happen. I would love to know, what are your goals for 2025? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications so you never miss a video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.